around. Even if you compromise and play the field, you'll end up losing friends. As part of this inner development, if you will, all leaders in the making are being exposed to have to deal with getting hurt.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Without going through it, leaders won't be as effective as they should be. And see, men and women of God that don't handle rejection will end up with weaknesses in their character. They'll be, now see if this reminds you of anybody you know, folks. They'll be defensive, suspicious, untrusting, and fearful. They run the risk of becoming people pleasers rather than God pleasers. Oh, this may come as a shock. Some leaders may even resort to buying their friends.
That's okay, they'll make their money back.
Now, see, the pit of rejection now takes Joseph's sale into slavery and even more humiliation. Not only does he have to face the disappointment of being rejected, he has to face the conflict of emotional wounding and the loss of his security, and the fact that he's disgraced by being put up for auction. Here we have a young gentleman. He's in fine shape. Who'll give me $30 for it? 30, 40, 40, 40, 45, 45, 45, 50. Who'll give me 50, 50, 50? Sold. That's what Joseph went through.
Sold by the queen of something or other.
Genesis 37:36 says, now the Midianites had sold him in Egypt to Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh and captain of the guard. That's really not a fun thing to be put on the slave market, on the auction block. I don't think most of you would enjoy it. Because every area of your life is exposed, so people can decide whether you can be of any use to them. Your welfare is no concern to them. They don't care. Their only goal is to use you to meet a need in their lives. Get from you what they can. Even though there's no justice in the slave market, it's still life. There'll be times when you're going to be exploited in life. There'll be times when you'll be used, abused. So face reality. There are times when life isn't going to be fair. Yet those of us that are going to do a work for God will find others turning against Him in an unfair way. We'll basically be put on public display and humiliated. Now, I know that's not right. I know that's not fair. I know that I don't agree with it. But you know what? That's life in the ministry. Matthew 11:19 says, the Son of Man came eating and drinking, and they say, look, a glutton and a wine bibber, a friend of tax collectors and sinners. But wisdom is justified by her children. You see, here in Matthew 11:19, Jesus is describing what people are saying about Him. Some of it was true. He was a friend of sinners. And He never rejected them because He came to save them. They said things against Him that were false. Well, that's life. Stuff happens.
Mm-hmm.
Now, see, with Joseph, it would have been real easy for Joseph to become resentful, bitter, angry, sullen, negative. But instead, he kept his heart pure before God and before man. And the greatest danger with humiliation is to become bitter and resentful. If this takes place in your heart, you can kiss goodbye to the full potential God has for you. The problem is that in this particular place, you can get so wrapped up in the immediate that you lose sight of your dream.